Okay, now we're going to talk about the battery charging system and the battery system. This is the coach battery system. Compartment just rear of the door on the passenger side of the truck. We got 2 units in here. These are battery chargers. When the generator is running or you're plugged into shore power or however you're getting electricity, it follows through, and these are battery chargers. They charge the coach batteries, which are located right here. This also has a battery disconnect switch, which is in the off position right now. When you're away from the coach, it is a good idea to have this off. Inevitably, they will leave a light on inside the bus, and if you don't turn this off, then your batteries are going to be dead. So you need to, every time you shut the bus down, you need to turn this off, and obviously remember to turn it back on when you get back out. Everywhere that we pull power on and off, there are circuit breakers, so that if there's a short in that wire, then that circuit breaker is going to trip instead of starting a fire. So if you are troubleshooting and trying to find out why you have a loss of DC power, this is where you will come. This is all DC power. It will not shock you. You can take a 12-volt test light that is in the bus, and you will be able to test these and see if there is a reason why something is not working. The batteries in this are gel batteries. They do not require that you check the water or anything in them. The absolute worst thing that you can do for a battery is run them dead. Leave the battery disconnect switch on, let them run the batteries dead. You probably just cost me 6 months on a $2,000 bank of batteries. Turn the disconnect off. Do not deep cycle the batteries. They will last longer. Okay, we're going to go inside now real quick, and we are going to look at some of the AC system. The AC and DC power panels are located in the bathroom. The DC panel is right here. We also have a second disconnect in here, but it only kills some of the systems. It is better to turn the one off outside the bus. If lights, we're talking DC, the fluorescent DC lights, the TVs in the bunks are DC. If any of those items are not working, this is where you will come to test. You'll hook up your 12-volt test light ground right here. Again, this is DC. It will not hurt you. We should have power coming in, power coming out. Easiest way to test these fuses is to just take your test light and go right down these metal bars right here, rather than going on each individual lug. You can then easily identify where you might have a blown fuse. This is the DC side. Everything is labeled and marked. The AC breaker panel is purposely put up high here in the bathroom so that people don't mess with it. Hopefully they do not find it. The 4 air conditioners are marked clearly so that as you are doing power management with your engine-driven generator or whatever the case may be, you can turn these breakers off in here and manage your power. These are heat tapes and heat pads. These are for winter use. If it is at freezing outside, these will need to be on so that you don't freeze the water in the bus. They are either all on or all off, one or the other. This is AC, those are DC. You use both. When you get at hotels in the winter and you have a conservative amount of power on your long extension cord, you will have to do power management. So you will probably come in the bus. You may have to unplug the battery chargers, one of them or both of them. One of them. You could unplug one of those. You could make sure that the refrigerator is turned off. Any of those types of things to manage power. You want to make sure that before you leave the bus at night on a cold night that you have had it plugged in for probably at least 10 or 15 minutes, and then you come and inspect and make sure that it hasn't dropped a breaker. It is hard to find power at some of these hotels, especially if it is also cold enough that you are trying to plug in the truck. You'll then need to try and take one extension cord and plug in the truck and go to one outlet somewhere on the building. Take your second cord and plug the bus in. This does get to be a challenge sometimes, and it takes a little bit of planning. In the book, we do have many places marked where we have been, where we know we can get power. Okay.